Good afternoon, everyone. Steve Georgia here from Allendale's trading floor. It's July 16th. Once again, we're higher. Corn up 32 and a quarter, beans up 38, wheat up 35. Once again, another strong day. Concerns yet for weather, concerns yet for the unknown of what possible yield we could find out there. So that is what's keeping us strong. That is still going to remain strong. So as far as the weather, continue watching these weather maps. We do have some good rain coming into the Midwest on Wednesday, Thursday, and into the weekend. The 1 to 5 day forecast still has got some decent rains. The 6 to 10 day forecast actually had increased rainfall for the Western Corn Belt, had lessened the chance of rain for the Eastern Corn Belt. So we'll see what happens. Still some pretty good totals. Now, the 6 to 10 day forecast also had kept things warmer, whereas now the European model that came out here at about 1:30 is looking at backing off some of the temperature, so not as warm. So the European model has been more correct than the U.S. GFS model. So we'll see what happens. A lot of things, a lot of possibilities there. The 2-week forecast does remain wet, still has some pretty decent rain out there as well. So there are systems that can be moving across the Corn Belt here over the next few weeks, but continue watching that weather. That's going to be a big driving factor. We did have good to excellent ratings come out today. Corn down 9%, 31% good to excellent. Beans dropping back 6% at 34% good to excellent. So beans about what they had expected, but corn certainly a little more than what they thought as far as a drop. So guys were expecting, I've heard anywhere from 5 to 8%. We got a drop of 9. So we'll see what happens here overnight. I would not be surprised maybe to see things firm up a little bit overnight and look for maybe some higher prices off the bat this afternoon. But some numbers that I want you guys to remember, especially in corn. Last year's high in corn, 779. December made it up to 778 today, so just a penny off of those highs. And we finished about 32 and a quarter higher. So we've got some good resistance there at last year's highs, as well as the old highs that we had. 2008, that contract got up to 799 and a quarter. So we're not that far away from that as well. But you've got to take a look at what happened to demand at these levels. Here we are pushing higher, and we're still trying to find where yield is. But what happened to demand? Demand had fallen off. Well, we've already talked about demand continuing to decrease. We've already talked about potential ethanol or the ethanol situation as well as exports. But continue watching that. At some point here, this demand's going to kick in once we get a handle on what the yield looks like out there, and we know that demand here has already fallen off for corn. Now, beans, it hasn't done that as much. We have to continue watching the rain for beans. As we get further into July and into early August, we need these rains to come. We need to get some good moisture through here to keep these beans going. So continue watching that. A lot of information on the grains. It's going to keep things very exciting. It's going to keep things moving around a lot. We do have some good resistance just above us. As far as some of these outside markets, the dollar down about 24 cents. Crude oil up about $1.20. So with the dollar breaking, energy markets finding some support. The livestock, fat cattle, you got August and October lower. August down 80, October down $1.15. Continuing to see this break right now. We may end up seeing a little bit of support here if we're going to keep this warm weather coming through the plains next week. But we've seen, certainly with this heat that we've seen across the Midwest, just grilling, the demand has not been there. So with demand down, it's putting more beef in storage, keeping prices lower, and that has been a big concern yet for cattle. But prices are continuing to back off as corn continues to rally. And the hogs down about 30 cents today, still breaking back. The July contract went off the board today at noon. And now we've got August, the lead contract, that was down about 30 cents. So continue watching that. But we have seen a significant pullback in that August contract, hovering right near that 90 mark. The cash is still staying strong right now. But you got to remember, we saw wholesale pork drop off immensely here over the last few weeks. and we've seen the futures kind of follow that. We may see this cash hogs break back as well, but we are sitting at quite a discount to the cash market right now as far as hogs. But don't let that suck you in. You've got to, we are seasonally breaking right now. We could see some little bit lower prices yet, but watch that cash market as well. We could end up seeing that back off a little bit. A lot of information today. Guys, give us a call over here, 800-262-7538. Check out our research. Rich has done a very good job with our research, along with the rest of our research department, getting you guys a lot of this information ahead of time and making sure that you're getting all of the facts here. So make sure you take a look at that. Give a call over here. We'll be glad to get you set up. And you can check that out at allendale-inc.com. So I hope you guys had a great day today. We'll talk to you tomorrow.